Hey everybody, and welcome back. I'm your host, Captain Rye, and today I'm going to be looking at a ship that just does not get the love or the respect that it deserves. Probably because too many people are just not playing it to its particular strengths. And of course, I'm talking about the Pensacola, the wonderful Pepsicola. Yes, the ship that everybody seems to loathe. Whether you're playing it or playing against it, a lot of people just don't seem to like this ship. Now, I kind of understand that sentiment. Coming from the Cleveland, you had that high rate of fire, but you had terrible, terrible shell velocity and arcs, but you had a high rate of fire. So, a lot of people coming out of the lower tiers, they're just used to spamming high explosives. This, I feel, the difference between the Pepsi here and the Cleveland is that same difference that you get coming from the Kuma going to the Furutaka. A lot of people don't like the Furutaka because of pretty much the same issues. You're going from smaller 6-inch guns with a super quick turret rotation speed to the 203mm, the 8-inch gun, on a turret rotation that is extremely slow. We're talking battleship slow here. I think an Iowa can turn its turrets quicker than the Pepsi-Cola here. So, you have to keep that in mind when you're playing it, and it's the same principle when you play the Furutaka. You have to pre-plan the positioning of your turrets. So here I am on the Two Brothers map, and I've already got my turrets positioned in the direction that I assume I'm going to encounter enemy forces first. I just assisted on the base capture for C, and now I'm heading to D. But you'll notice that I'm not heading there alone. This is the other key principle that you need to remember with the Pensacola. You kind of have to adopt USN destroyer captain tactics. Your armor is good when it's angled. Surprisingly enough, it is good when it's angled. But you have terrible concealment, so you have to use the available concealment, use the islands, use these rocks like I am, and get yourself pre-angled going in, or you're going to have a really bad time. Now, I've come out from behind this rock. I automatically assume I'm spotted because there's a destroyer in the cap. I already have high explosive loaded for shooting at that Fuso from range, so I'm going to go ahead and shoot at this Minakaze who's in the cap. And the Pensacola has a really, really good maneuverability, so other than its gun issue with the turret rotation, getting in close and dealing with destroyers is something that you can actually do. And you can do this on all of the USN lines at high tiers, especially with the New Orleans, because this has such quick gun rotation. So you can get up in there and you can really do some serious damage and maneuvering. So here, I've used my high explosive and I've just eliminated that Minakaze. I've switched over to armor piercing because I see a couple of enemy cruisers. And this Nuremberg, he's shooting armor piercing, but I'm angled really well, so he can't quite get citadel penetrations, but he's giving me his broadside, and this is where the Pensacola really shines. Look at that. 4 citadel hits. Basically just deleted him from the game. I didn't get the kill for that, but I caused 95% of the damage to that poor Nuremberg. So, you can see how that worked out really well for me. And I'm waggling my ship around. And I think a lot of people who played this ship, the guns are so slow, they don't want to waggle their ship around and avoid incoming fire like they need to, because they want to keep their guns on target. Well, your guns have a 14-second reload, and you have such a quick rudder shift time that you really do. You have the time to go ahead and, wiggle around between these incoming shots, wiggle back, fire, and then, in the reload, you can wiggle around. There, just deleted an AOBA. Now, you'll notice that I'm still keeping my armor piercing loaded. And I'm keeping my armor piercing loaded because I'm within 10 kilometers of this Fuso. So my armor piercing is going to penetrate his armor and do some damage. You might be looking at the video going, well, that was really risky. You just gave that Fuso, your broadside. But look at when he fired. I gave him my broadside right after he fired. So I knew I needed to turn around. I was a little bit too far forward and didn't want to be that close to that Fuso. So kept my ship angled until after he fired. After he fired, I made my turn. With the maneuverability of this ship, you can do that. The battleship reload, that 30 seconds, you can make that turnaround as necessary. Again, armor piercing on this Königsberg, and I nearly killed it, and I'm so disappointed that I wasn't able to finish this guy off. He's gonna get offed by those shots right there. I've caused so much damage to these warships at this point because I'm selecting the right ammunition. I'm keeping my ship angled. Even though I'm pushing forward, I'm basically been the forefront of this attack. I've kept my ship angled, so shots that have come in have been deflected or absorbed really, really well against the ship. Now, those armor-piercing rounds hit the superstructure and the tops of the turret, so they didn't do any damage, so I readjust my aim here, and I'm going to aim a little bit lower, and I'm going to aim for that nice flat broadside, because again, he's within 10 kilometers, and I just citadeled a battleship. He's down to nothing, he's going to die. I've citadeled a Fuso, so I almost got the kill on him too, but those shots there just took it. If they hadn't taken it, my shots were on target, they were true, so they would have. The accuracy in fire of the Pensacola is phenomenal. If you can get to within 13 kilometers of your targets, the accuracy on these guns is ridiculously good. Look how close all of those groupings were. Look how well all of those shots went into their targets. So, you really have to think about that when you're thinking about playing the Pensacola. And again, I didn't go alone. I went with a couple of other cruisers. I went with a destroyer. So between us, we're not concerned about air attacks here. I'm popping these AA defensive abilities, and that carrier's trying to send planes to finish off the lower health teammate, and it's just not happening. I'm chewing up his planes. Teammates chewing up his planes. So we've formed, a nice little cruiser wolf pack, and combine that with keeping the armor well angled. Timing your turns, you have to think about this like you would think about a battleship. The only difference is, with a battleship, you're gonna time that turn, start your turn, he fires his shots, he's gonna hit you, hopefully not your citadel, and then you're gonna give him your full broadside while he's reloading. In the Pensacola, you can wait till after his shots have been fired, they hit you, you can start your turn, you can complete your turn right about the time he's reloaded and fired his shot, so when his shots get to you, they hit your ass. They bounce off your armor. At longer range, it's more of a problem because, like all cruisers, you can be citadeled, especially from the larger caliber guns, at any angle. The plunging fire just goes right through your deck. At closer range, though, the Pensacola, all the U.S. cruisers have really good armor at closer range. It becomes increasingly difficult to citadel your target when you get up to these close ranges. Now, we've effectively steamrollered this match. I got 3 cap assists here, and we rolled over them. First victory of the day, 10,000 XP and 440,000 credits. I'm not running an XP flag on the ship. I'm not running a, credit flag on this ship. I'm doing an insane amount of damage and an insane amount of XP, 2,600 base XP. In excess of 60,000 damage. That's ridiculous. That's the Pensacola. And anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. So, you just have to play it right. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this Pensacola video today. If you liked the video, hit like and subscribe. Of course, I responded to your comments, both on Reddit and on my YouTube channel, and that overly long intro is gone. I will probably come up with a new one at some point. I just gotta get the footage. Anyway, this is Captain Rye, signing off.